another weekly Q&A where I answer your questions. Now, guys, it's very simple. To get your question answered, you simply head to the website halfoffootballhotdog.com. You scroll down, and then you pretty much put your name, put your email, and then you put your question in there, and then boom, you send it to me. Football-related questions, non-football-related questions, it's all in there. Guys, I repeat again, please support your boy's Patreon. Your Patreon is how this keeps the Football Hots going, as well as getting access to exclusive videos and exclusive analysis. So you get extra features, extra freebies, and extra goodies if you join the Patreon. Without further ado, let's roll. First question. My God, didn't have a lot of questions. All right. Look, I had to get the meal in there, man. I'm sorry, I'm starving. Wow. Oh my God. Okay. From Lucas H, who is a Patreon supporter. So Lucas H, thank you very much for being a Patreon supporter. Hey HH, quick one for today. Why doesn't the Cannibal have a special room at the Brick Academy yet? He should have been under review last season and secured a permanent spot this season already. Well, I think it's definitely arguable because he's been breaking it up, but I feel that he can definitely go under review, but I think it would be based on what he has done and how clinical he's been. I don't think it's enough for him to be entered the Brick Academy. I think the only argument is there for him to be under review because he's been crap. I told you, Messi and flipping Paulinho have been carrying the weight of this team. Cannibal has been pretty much useless. So Brick Academy straight off, that's just being a bit too harsh. But I think definitely we may be seeing a decline of the Cannibal. He's picking up a few pounds. I think he's invoking his inner Benzema. So we'll have to just wait and see. But I think he's definitely has to get back on form because he's not on form. And by him not really firing on all the cylinders, Barcelona are pretty much playing without a striker. So it just makes you think that Barcelona are top. I think they've already lost one game. They've not even lost a game. So just imagine what they would have been with a striker actually firing. They'd probably be even further ahead. So yeah, under review, yes. I think we've got to look at him under review. But so a Brick Academy straight off, no. Thank you very much, sir. Kalem, hey Halfhope, do you think that this Man City team is the most overrated in the world right now? A few months ago, they reached their peak in my opinion when they were crushing the likes of Stoke and Burnley. But recently, they have been scraping wins such as against Southampton, Huddersfield and Napoli, and relying on bricks such as Sterling to pull through. Sterling is not a brick, he used to be a brick. In my opinion, it is only a matter of time until they start losing a few games in quick succession, which will open up the title race to teams like United, Chelsea and Spurs. Guys, let's be real. Okay? Let's be real as a tomato. City have been amazing. We cannot deny the fact that City have been pretty flipping good. So, and the fact that they are still winning, that's the whole point. It's not about playing well. It's impossible for any team to play well in every single game, but they are still winning. They're still getting those wins. So the fact that, and that's when you know a team is special and a team is legit. That when you're not playing well, you can still grind out those wins. So I feel that being real, we have to give Guardiola and even Sterling credit that when they're not even playing as well, they seem to be tired. They're still winning. Despite all that, these boys are still winning. So I don't think they're overrated. I do feel that they're actually one of the underdogs, or dare I say even one of the outside favourites for the Champions League. Because I feel that the squad, forget the team, the squad that Guardiola has, how they're playing, the speed, the finishing, Fernandinho in there, John Stones is doing alright. This is a team that can really do some damage. But again, we don't know about the fatigue. The fatigue could be a killer. But as of right now, let's be real. These guys have been fully balling. Alright, thank you for the question. Next one. Dylan Holmes, hello HH. What are your thoughts on Tottenham's recent slump that has now really hurt their title chances? Ever since they win over Madrid, they have not looked convincing in any game they've played and are missing Alderweireld badly. Do you think that they will have a season similar to Man City a few years ago, where they are crap in the league but do well in the Champions League and possibly make a semi or final? Possibly. Tottenham are on a slump. Their title challenge has gone. And again, I'm not that surprised. But it's because I just felt that for Tottenham, they always lacking that extra something, and I never really saw them as real challengers to the crown. But you do make a point, because I do feel that Tottenham are a team who could potentially navigate in the Champions League, because we've seen it many times. Teams that do well in the league can do really well in the Champions League. Or teams that don't do well in the Premier League can then do well in the Champions League, and vice versa. So, that's just how it works. Semis in the Champions League, I think that's just going a bit too far. I think max for these boys are quarters. But as I say that, I do feel that we will see a surprising team in the semis. I don't think it will be the same teams like your Bayern, Real Madrid, Barcelona in the semis. So I think we'll see a different team. And who knows, maybe Tottenham could definitely be... I wouldn't be shocked. I'd be a bit surprised, but I wouldn't be shocked to see Tottenham in a Champions League semi-final. Because look, man, these guys can ball. These guys can ball. Answer the question. Manfred Gunza, hey HH. Now that it has been over 4 years since Higuain left Real Madrid, do you think it was the right decision to let him go instead of Benzema in 2013? Many fans that I know wanted Higuain to stay and Benzema to leave, and in my opinion, Real would have won at least one more league title during this time had they held on to Higuain, and would be a better team with him in it. I would love to hear your thoughts. I respectfully disagree, because let's rewind back in time, because hindsight is a very crazy thing. Hindsight and different teams. Let's be real now. Back, was it 5-6 years ago, when Higuain was for Real Madrid and Benzema was coming from Lyon, or he just entered Real Madrid, in my view, 10 times out of 10, I'd have taken Benzema. Because Benzema, when he first came to Real Madrid and when he was from Lyon, this was like the next top tier striker. And he was categorically better than Higuain. Higuain the guy was a nobody in Real Madrid. He did good a few things, but you could just tell that he just wasn't really that guy. Higuain only really came into his own when he went to Napoli, and maybe that was to do with the kind of system and the players that were around him. So, because now you're saying like, look at how crap Benzema is now. We never knew this. Look how good Higuain is right now. We could never knew this. We could never predict this future. I would have never ever seen Benzema decline this badly, and I would have never seen Higuain break the goal scoring record in Serie A. So, but go back to that time with Benzema and Real Higuain. You know, and I know that 10 out of 10, you are choosing Benzema over Higuain. That's just the truth. Next question. From Daniel. Hey HH, which country nationality has the best coaches currently in the world? Is it Spanish, German, Italian? Shout out to Portugal who have Mourinho, the GOAT, Marco Silva, Yardim and Santos. Or maybe England who have Southgate's Big Seb and Roy. Houston, Hodgson, joke. Argentina have 12 of the best coaches in Pochettino and Simeone. But I think overall, as of right now, I would still say Italy. Give him the right team, Ancelotti can still do it. Spalletti is doing amazing things for Inter Milan. Allegri has always been a very good tactician. Di Francesco is doing great things with Roma. Sarri, even if his view may be limited, still what the kind of football that he's been able to play with a team without any world-class players is amazing. So I think overall I would say Italy, because Spain, it really is only Guardiola. That's it really. You know, where's Marcelino from? The Valencia dude. Portugal, Mourinho, Marco Silva, Yardim, Santos, yeah, I can ride with that. You know, and I think even the dude, I think it's Conceição or something for FC Porto. He looks like a pretty good coach as well. So I think I think what we're looking at Portugal and Italy, I would say, are the two countries that have the best coaches. Not England. I'm sorry about that. Adam. Hi HH. I was wondering if the Premier League season were to finish now, for you, who would be the 6 nominees for the Player of the Year? If it was to finish now, most of them will be Man City players because you'd have to look at De Bruyne, Sterling, Sane. Okay, Fernandinho. David, I mean, okay, has to be, Salah, Martial, and probably Hazard. And as you can see, that I've not really named any defenders because for some reason, Premier League just doesn't have any good defenders. They had to have really good defenders back in the day. John Terry, Tony Adams, Sol Campbell. I think as a right now for me. Okay, you have all the Alderweireld, but I don't think defenders really are marquee names. Then I don't think you will see like a defender go for the kind of money that Rio Ferdinand did way back in the day. But I think, yeah, those are the 6. As if it was Ed right now, most of them will be City players, and you have Martial, Mane, Salah, and so forth. They'll be rounding it off again. Thanks for the question. Pierre Richard Michel. Hello HH. Looking at the walkout draw, which one is the group of death? I feel this year more than we've seen is a good 20 years plus the group as are very obvious. I'll say Iran, Morocco, Spain, Portugal could have a surprise. Morocco have an excellent backline led by Benatia and did not concede in the qualifying, but we see the impact of missing Holland, Italy, Chile, Ivory Coast, America. What's your take on that? I don't think is that much of a miss. They were not good enough. Simple as that. So I don't feel sorry for Holland, Italy, Chile, and so forth. They were not good enough. So therefore, I mean, is World Cup really going to miss America? Really? They've been missing the fans. What was I just saying? Group of death you have to look at Group B. I think Group D is another tricky one, and I look at Group H. I think definitely I think Group D, all of those teams can beat each other. I feel because I think for Argentina, I just don't trust them. So I think Argentina are the strongest team on paper, but on the day they can all beat each other. Group B, you say Portugal and Spain, all right, but don't sleep on Morocco, don't sleep on Iran. Group H is tight. Group H is tight. I mean, even Japan could do something, but I think definitely those 3 teams of Senegal, Poland, and Colombia can all ride. All those 3 guys can ride. So you're going to say what's up for those guys. All right. But yeah, I mean, look, as I said again, look, with Ivory Coast, Holland, Italy, they're not going to be missed. I'm sorry. AJ. Hey, HH. Should Nigeria call up Obafemi Martins to the World Cup squad? Besides Odion Igalo, we don't have an informed true number 9. Yes, they have to. Nigeria, we have to call him up. Be in the squad. I mean, you cannot go into a tournament with only one recognized striker. That's a suicide. That is madness. Martins has to play. And I always believe in taking a wild card. It doesn't matter whether the guy is 35 or... Which was the foolishness and the stupidity of Italy. That how do you not take Giovinco? Because that is a great wild card that you should always have in your squad. Oh, well, he plays out of Italy. He's not very good. And then you clans didn't even qualify for the World Cup. So 100%, I don't care whether how old Martins is, whether he plays in America, take him. He's a striker. He can still ball. He could be a guy if Igalo is breaking it up or is injured or is suspended or not playing well. Martins can come in and who knows what he can do. Who knows what he can do. So I think 100% I would definitely encourage him to be brought in. All right. What are we doing here? Okay. 100%, yeah, so Martins should be taken. What do you have? Lord. Okay. Pizzoluzzo. I find it disgusting and disrespectful the fact that Napoli and Juventus both played in their third kit. It's a mess and I cannot bear such an important match played with absurd shirts. Albeit the kits are secondary compared to the gameplay and the quality of football played. I reckon every team should play in traditional home colours. Second stroke third kits must be used only when a squad which play away have home colours that clash with the home team's ones. Which is the rules of football that we all know. Thus, I hate turning on the TV and see strange kits on display. And what is more is that it ain't going to be the last time we'll be seeing matches filled with strange kits. I'm growing tired of seeing these teams insulting the tradition by wearing untraditional colours. Napoli are bright blue, Juventus are white and black. So I hate watching clash of these two sides played in silver and grey versus yellow. And I beg to differ from match played at strange hours. the likes of 11:30 a.m. on Sunday or on Friday late afternoon. Atrocious. What do you think about it? Yeah, I've got to agree. I mean, for me, I like tradition. And I'm sorry, last I checked, black and white doesn't clash with sky blue. Last I checked. So there is no reason why they should play with third colors, as in Juventus, they can wear their home kits. Napoli can wear their home kits. It's fine. So it doesn't mean, because Juventus where we're playing away, it doesn't mean that they have to now play their away kits. No. Okay, look. I know we're playing away, but let's just not clash. Let's not wear a third kit. Let's wear our flipping home kits. And you can wear your home kit because us wearing an away kit may clash with your home kit. So let's just play with our first kit. We don't have to not play with our home kit because we're not playing at home. Stupid. So yeah, bro, 100% I agree with you. Kavish Bearju. Hey HH, before I realized you were Nigerian, I thought you were from Trinidad and Tobago. Like I am because of the accent. Today I'd like to get a thought on Joshua Kimmich as right back for Bayern. He's 21 years of age, I believe, and has already proven to be one of the best right backs in the world this season, putting in consistent performance after performance for Bayern Munich this season. If you watch some Bayern games, you realize how pinpoint and deadly Kimmich's passes and crosses into the box are. Also, an interesting thing to note, Kimmich was named right back of the tournament for Euro 2016, reaching the semi-final for Germany and won the Confederations Cup also. Along with this, he has broken the record for most consecutive appearances for Germany's national team. In my opinion, he's the most criminally underrated young player in the world and is the best in my opinion since he's been consistent for so long at such a young age. Thanks, Double H. I'm looking forward to your thoughts on this. Okay. Yeah, I've said this several times that Joshua Kimmich is the most versatile young player in the world and arguably one of the most versatile players in the world, as in the dude can play any position in defense, central defense, left back, right back. He can play in midfield. He can play in the middle of midfield. He can play on the wing. I don't think he can play striker though. So those are like 4 or 5 different positions that the guy can play, and I think that's amazing. So I just think that it just goes to show again how Germany have a flipping conveyor belt and why they're going to be so dangerous at the World Cup, at the Euros, and at the next World Cup, because they just have an amazing young people coming through. And I think the fact that Joshua Kimmich, he's like a staple. This good dude is 21 years of age, and he's like a staple in the Bayern team. Shows just how good and how advanced beyond the years he is. So I just like his versatility and how he's never out of place, whether he's been put on the wing, in the middle of midfield, in defense, and so forth. I just think that's just bloody amazing. Thank you for the question. Hamza Dejani. Hello, HH. Thank you for answering my question last week. The question is, do you think Christian Benteke's recent injury affected Crystal Palace's performances, and what do you think the future holds for a clinical finisher such as Benteke? Yeah, man, I think if Benteke wasn't that injured, he would definitely help Palace, because for me, Benteke is easily the better striker than Lukaku. Like, if both players are fit, Lukaku shouldn't sniff a first team. But Lukaku just, for some reason, just gets all the hype. Benteke is easily the better striker. And I do think that if he wasn't injured, he would definitely help Palace. For Benteke, if he can get himself fit, play, have a nice and good run of games, Roberto Martinez has to look at him, because Lukaku is trash. The guy is completely not so trash. I mean, I'd put him in my squad, but I'm not starting that guy in a flipping World Cup game, even against flipping Panama. So I think for Benteke, if he can get himself fit, ready, focused, get his head down, I think that's definitely a player that can definitely, make some noise. I think he can definitely make some noise. So yeah, Benteke is my pick if it's to be lead the front line for Belgium alongside Origi. Pizzaluzzo again. Okay, okay. I'm sick to death of this Milan side. I'm over it. This is the biggest laughing stock in the history of football. It is. Not winning against a team which have 0 points like Benevento, and on top of it, considering a goal by their goalkeeper, this is pure madness. The whole team, apart from Gattuso, who's a legend of Milan and needs time to, should be sent to Siberia to shovel snow 24 hours per day. I agree. I've never testified to such a horrendous outcome in 15 years. I've been watching football and supporting Milan. This is a disgrace of a team. The worst 200 million spent in the football history. Sugar. 200 million? It would have been better throwing the money into the toilet at this point. This is a shower of feces and an utter embarrassment. Players don't even try. They don't care, and they should be either force-fed with dog crap or have a wage suspension. I choose wage suspension. I'd rather play the senior team. I'd rather play the senior team. I'm sure those young 15-year-old players will try harder and achieve better results. Those players are valiant, but they are showing no passion on. Without passion and urgency, they cannot put on the red and black shirts. And also, not only do I have to put up with this rotten stuff produced by Milan, but I also want to bear the fact that my arch rivals Inter Milan and Juventus are fighting for major objectives. My hate for this Serie A season is becoming personal. I'm growing tired of watching Serie A this season, and I'm seriously evaluating to stop watching for a few months to solely focus on the Premier League, Bundesliga, and La Liga, where at least I can relax and watch football, appreciating its pure essence. Yeah, maybe I'm too harsh, and this comment might sound like a rant, but I'm sick of it. There's nothing more for me to add. AC Milan are an embarrassment, and I told you my affinity for AC Milan starts with George Weah. Like I always loved AC Milan because of George Weah, and it's, I think, did these guys lose to some guys called Ratska or something? I mean, Benevento, they get their first point against you and the keeper scores. Hasn't worked. Montella was a wrong hiring, wrong players bought. It's just not worked, and I think it's just very sad that this has just been a total disaster of a season. An absolute disaster. But it's not over yet. Need to keep going. I still believe they're still in Europa. But it has, where there was so much hope in pre-season, everything has just fallen flat. So yeah, man, it's unfortunate. They're crap, and I fully agree with you. So let's... Alright. Man, I don't have fucking questions. Okay. This is last one for this part. Farid El Dafrawi. Guys, I love your questions. The more the better. Hey, Havok. It's not my first time writing. What friendly matches should Egypt arrange to prepare for the World Cup and the match against Uruguay? And what do you think about Egypt's World Cup? I personally, I don't like it. Thanks. Keep up. What do you think about Egypt's World Cup kits? I've not seen the World Cup kits yet, so I can't really comment. Obviously, since they have Uruguay, Russia, and Saudi Arabia, I think Saudi Arabia they'll know how they play. Against Uruguay, I think they should definitely face Ecuador. I think Ecuador is the right team to play because Ecuador, like Uruguay, are very physical and very pragmatic. Maybe a bit more stylish, but very pragmatic. I think Ecuador is definitely a team that they should look at. Maybe Venezuela, but I think Ecuador. I think Ecuador and Uruguay have very similar styles of play. So, and I think either Ecuador or maybe even Bolivia, because what you want is like a very robust team, a very robust physical South American team, which is what Uruguay will bring. And for Russia, I would go for Slovenia or Slovakia, one of those two, because I think Russia have that kind of very 4-4-2, very European continental way of playing, and I think either a Slovenia or a Slovak would be a similar team with a similar setup and a similar approach and philosophy to Russia. So I think Slovenia or Slovakia to prepare for Russia, and I will say Ecuador to prepare for Uruguay. So guys, this is the end of the first part of this. Part 2 is coming up. Remember, support your boys Patreon to keep the football hot alive. I appreciate your support, and part 2 will be coming up very soon. Bada bing, bada 3 smacks. Peace out.